starting to smile now. Banks, and you're thinking you're sending pictures to a bin.
Yeah, I was living my life, man. So I should just wait for you that has a whole girlfriend and that's living their best life.
Been to church today, don't get me started.
Listen.
I'm trying to move humble.
Wow. And he's really, really long. Anyway.
Your life be gone when I into I don't know what.
You better go into every single room and be like, yeah, my girlfriend.
Yeah, because.
You shop like Nissy. Oh, Nissy. Yes! That's my girlfriend. So I'm not on offer. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I love me some girls.
E. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. As you can see, I have got somebody that has been, when I say highly requested, yeah, every other day I've had people just saying, you know, when's Ben gonna come onto the channel? Bring Ben on to do a Q&A, or bring Ben on to do this, bring Ben on to do that, bring Ben, every day. Ben has finally arrived on my channel. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. It's an honor to be on. Oh my gosh, it's Nissy tea.
So nice.
No, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure.
Just in case you don't know, if you've been under one rock, you haven't been watching my stuff for that long, basically Ben is my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend. That's such a weird day. But yeah, basically Ben is my boyfriend and we've been together now for 2 years and...
It's not over 2 years.
What do you mean it's not over 2 years? Wow, we've been together for 2 years, you know.
We're 2019.
Are you alright? We celebrated our 2-year anniversary in Amsterdam.
Hey!
See, this is, he doesn't even know. Like, that's so sad. You don't even know when we, you know.
Go on, drop it, go on. Dramatics are about to begin.
No, I was gonna say, yeah.
You don't even know the date of our anniversary. Okay, I don't. Then what? Where do we go from
What's
there?
the date of our anniversary?
I don't know. Go, because you want me to say I don't know.
No. I was just
I am
say,
not
like,
going to give you the satisfaction.
We've been together for 2 years.
It doesn't seem like 2 years.
Oh, Ben. Oh, okay, anyway, listen.
Oh,
you're so... Listen, this is actually how we actually...
I'll give you a little headbutt. You're mad.
You're actually so...
Been to church today, don't get me started.
Listen.
I'm trying to move humble.
Wow, and he's really, really long. Anyway, just for the sake of the fact that we will be here until tomorrow if, you know, we just don't start filming this. But as you can see by the title of today's video, it's more kind of like an introduction to Ben on my channel. You will be seeing him a lot more, popping up here and there. So I thought the best thing to do is to kind of do a how we met, because we always get asked. Now there's two versions to this.
How are we gonna do this?
I think you should tell your version first.
No, I thought you should tell your version first. It's your channel.
Okay. Today I just wanted it to be just an introduction to my boo thang, to Ben, because I talk about him all the time. You guys have seen him in my vlogs, but you haven't officially seen him, like, we haven't done a sit down video together. So we met about 4.5, let's just say 5 years ago. And basically we were both ACS presidents. So I was ACS president of Cambridge. And Benny boy over here, Benny, did you ever call yourself Benny Banks?
Yeah.
You did, didn't it?
I don't know
That's
what,
your Snapchat name. Anyway.
No, Benny Graham.
Oh, Benny Graham, sorry.
You be messaging Benny Banks and you're thinking you're sending pictures to Ben.
Anyway, so Mr. Benny over here, I was ACS president for Cambridge, he was ACS president for Portsmouth. Long story short, there was this event that was put together for all the ACS presidents.
At?
I can never remember the name of the place.
The Government Parliamentariat.
The Government Parliamentariat.
I think that's the... It might be pronounced wrong, but yeah, we'll go with that. Which was
so cute. One day, I remember that. Do you remember that day when we took the bikes? And you were like, oh, I'm gonna take you somewhere. And then we rode down, and I was like, oh my god, this is where we first met. It was really cute.
It might be a bit awkward if you can't remember this, but because I can't the name of the organisation that did it.
No, it was Not Elevation, was it?
Yeah, Elevation. Yeah, it was.
Elevation Networks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, the Elevation Networks. I don't know if they still exist, but they basically put together an event for all the ACS presidents. It was so good for all the ACS presidents to, to come together, to mingle, to network, to just see how we could work, with one another. Cool. So then, all I remember was going into this event, right? And obviously there were loads of people there, but then there was this one guy.
Wait, describe, how did he look?
I'm gonna say it in a second, man. Calm down. Chill. Look at this guy. Anyway, so I just remember seeing this one guy, and he was mad tall. I just remember looking at one guy thinking, where did this guy come from? Mad tall. And you're wearing this suit. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was like not checkered, but like almost like a.
Oof, you got it right. It's my favorite suit to this day.
Do you call it corduroy?
No, it's a check suit.
Like a check suit, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was a nice, and it sat well. Sometimes you have some guys where they wear suits, but the suit wears them. I just remember thinking, this guy, like, just people that walk with presence. Because one thing about me is that, even though growing up I was a bit insecure, as I got, was getting older, and as I started like speaking more, putting myself more out there, I started just growing more and more confident. So when I walk, like I walk with a level of, like, hi, I have arrived. Now to see a guy, because I haven't seen a lot, especially, it's sad to say, but a lot of black men, especially young black men, like around our age, we were like, what, 19, 20 at the time? Was it 19, 20? Maybe 20 or something.
Or just turning 20.
Right. Yeah. So, to see black men walking with that kind of presence, that aura, is not very common, unless they're older. And before that, I was always dating older guys.
She was 18, 29. Anyway,
yeah. So I just remember being like, kind of thinking, who is this? So I remember saying to myself, I'm gonna go and talk to this guy. Oh my gosh, especially there was a session where I remember I could only see the back of him. Calm down, relax.
What?
Hold up, wait.
What happened?
No, you just said I moved to you.
Huh?
No, wait, no, listen, yeah? Anyway, I could only see the back of him. So literally, as we were, you're so annoying. We had this session where there was like rows of chairs and they were all facing one way, and there was like a panel discussion.
You're facing away though?
Yeah, no, you were facing the front, and you were in front of me, so I could only see the back of your head. I think this was even before we'd been introduced or anything. I hadn't spoken to you yet. And then basically the panel, I remember he stood up, and what came out of his mouth was like, I remember you were basically talking about Congo, and you were talking about the fact that then you mentioned, oh yeah, because I'm from Congo. I said, wait a minute, this is too good to be true. I was like, he's tall, he's handsome, he dresses nice.
That's your story.
What do you mean?
Then I remember when I said I'm from Congo, out of the corner of my eye, from my peripheral vision, I saw someone move.
Really? No, you didn't, because I was wet behind you. You couldn't see me.
No, honestly. Really? Honestly.
Okay. What you say? Anyway, so he stood up, and then he said something about like Congo, and was just talking about the importance of Congo and how we know so little about it, and so much happens there. But just, he was just talking so much, just dropping knowledge. And I just remember thinking, yo, this guy, he's intelligent, he's smart, he seems really nice as well. He came across not like, I can't talk to anyone, no one chat to me. He came across really nice, and I was thinking, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm gonna go and talk to this guy. Yeah, I need to go and introduce myself. So then it came to the networking part, and there was like a mingle. So then me being me with my full vim, I went over, obviously getting around to everybody, talking and saying hi to people. Then obviously he was there, so I went to introduce myself. I was like, hi, my name is Nissy. I'm from Cambridge University. And you said that Cambridge with your chest, because it adds a little bit of sauce. Okay, introduced himself. Then we were literally like maybe a minute into the conversation. No word of a lie. A minute into the conversation, and he's like, yeah. So I must have said something. He was like, yeah. My girlfriend does that.
Yeah, damn right.
I just remember thinking, you're what? You're where? I said, you know what? That's it then. This is not for me. Because one thing about me, I'm not a homewrecker. You tell me I have a girlfriend, I'm not gonna now try and be like.
You left swiftly after that, I have to be honest.
Did I?
Yeah. Not swiftly, but I can't remember what happened after the
whole girlfriend. I don't remember.
As soon as I said
girlfriend.
Bam.
Yeah, because I knew what I wanted, but he had a girlfriend.
All about knowledge.
So I was like, but I respected that so much because I was like, how a lot of people may not even mention it. A lot of, especially guys, again, just stereotyping, but generalizing. But I loved the way that you dropped that and you kind of created the barriers straight away. You create, not the barriers, but the boundaries. You let people know in advance, like, this is where I'm at, this is what my situation is. You know, you just create like a good sense of like, yeah, but I remember being like, oh, I respect that though. Though I was kind of like, oh, damn.
No. So with the point I made about you moving swiftly or me not remembering what was said after that little part there, doesn't mean it's not me saying that.
No, I never said that. I never said that at all. I was just saying that I remember. I just can't remember. I don't know why. Yeah, I can't remember either. Yeah. But anyway, after that, we were all in like, you know, an ACS group chat. We spoke for a little bit, whatever, and we always went back and forth. What happened?
Someone in the group. You was rude to me in that group.
I was not even rude. He keeps. Do you know what? We can talk about that today. You can talk about it in your thing.
He was definitely rude.
He thought I was being rude to him, but we were having banter. Obviously, he's Congolese, so we were one of maybe three Congolese presidents, and we were two of three. So there was like small banter. You know, not everyday Nigerian, not everyday Ghanaian. Sometimes put some Lingala in there. So that's what I remember. But I don't remember ever thinking like, yeah, like you're gonna become my boyfriend or anything like that. It was just like we were just friends. Like we were just kind of like cool. I bumped into it. In fact, he even wanted to hook me up with his friend. Okay, like, shout out to the friend if he's watching this. If you know, he even said his name.
I'm sorry.
I was there trying to be discreet.
What?
I was trying to be discreet.
Would it be better to look?
No, it's too late. Done now. Hey Shago.
Chago.
Is it Chago?
Yeah,
it's Shago.
No, it's not Shago. Put respect to my boy's name.
Wow.
When you FaceTimed me, that time I was in the house in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And I remember he must have come from the gym.
Yeah.
And he was flexing or whatever. And I remember, I obviously spanned to come around so Nissy could see like his physique and whatnot. It was just obviously he was in a vest, but his arms and whatnot. And I remember Nissy being like, obviously Nissy was impressed, so
I was just like,
I passed the details over. I was like, yeah, talk to her, man. She's a nice one.
Yeah, but this is how you know God. Like God knew what He was doing, because we were supposed to meet up on many occasions, but it just never happened. We just never like. Every time we wanted to meet up, something would happen. Like God just knew what He was doing, because Ben did say if anything happened between us, He would have never gone there, because that's His boy, and they were really close at uni. So
people are gonna laugh about this one.
Yeah, but no. But anyway, he tried to hook me up with his friend. We were just friends, like, and I remember you.
Wait, clarify one thing.
And I say,
you never met up. It was just on the phone. Continue.
What? Oh, with Jago.
Because these people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
No. It was just over. We only spoke over the phone, and that was when Ben was there.
No.
Long story short,
time passed.
Loads of time passed, but we still obviously knew. Even though I don't think I've ever told you this actually, but there was this one day when you called me. And I remember being at the boss. I don't even know why. This is how you know I felt some type of way. Because I remember speaking to you and being like,
some type of way
about you.
Oh.
And being like, because basically you just called me to ask me something about ACS. Like, I can't lie to you. Like, being on the phone, I was just like, oh, this guy's so nice. Imagine if he was my man. I just imagine if he was my man.
Whoa. That was her agenda.
God knows what you want. He gives you your heart's desires. But obviously nothing can happen because you have a girlfriend, so it is what it is, you keep it moving. Then a few years later, even after that, we saw each other at an event. If I find the picture, I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, so you guys can see
the event
on the screen.
On my Insta.
Yeah, on my days, yeah. So I'll put it up on the screen there so you guys can see. We saw each other, again, we had no clue. I was dating someone at the time, you know, he still was with his girlfriend at the time. So it was just a friendly picture. But I think again in my head, I was like, wow, imagine if he was my man. I think I've always been a bit like, because I fancied you in it. I was like, oh, okay, like, I found you really
How can you say, I fancied you in it?
Yeah. What do you want me to do, pretend? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's how we basically like met. I've even given you guys a bit more backstory. And then first date. And then we ended up getting together on our first date.
You missed out a big chunk though.
What did I miss out? Yeah, sorry. Fast forward now to how we actually got together. Okay, how we actually got together. I just went straight into it. So one day I basically had just gotten really like fed up of every guy on the planet. I was just sick and tired of certain situations, and I knew that I just wanted to spend more time with God. So I decided that I was going to go on a solo holiday. So I decided to go to Greece. That was my, you know, first solo trip. And I decided I'm going to go to Greece by myself. I don't want to go with anyone. I just want to pray. I just want to have some time to really just me and God. That's all I want. Then I must have put on Snapchat, I took a picture of my suitcase as I was waiting to go to the airport. And the guys, obviously it's not random because God orchestrates everything, but at the time I thought it was so random. Ben all of a sudden pops up on Snapchat, and then after we haven't spoken for a time, he pops up on Snapchat, and then he's like, what did he say? He was like, he puts eyes.
Where's your boyfriend?
Then he's like, no, he said, swear down you're flying out. Because I did a lot of traveling around that time actually. Like I traveled quite a bit, because one of the things you said was, everyday jet setter, where are you going now? And are you going with your man? So then, but straight away in my spirit, I knew what he meant. Like, I knew that was kind of like a shoot your shot moment. Like, even though I know that it probably wasn't, it was just kind of like more, you were just curious. I just felt something. So my response was I can't lie, my response was very strategic.
Looking at because I'm thinking, but yeah, go on.
It's funny. My response was strategic. I responded saying, lol, when you find him, let me know, because I certainly don't have a man. It was something along those lines. And literally from that day,
from the eyes, it was done.
From the eyes, it was done.
Lads,
like we have not spoken since that day, you know.
Done my job.
Literally since that day we have not spoken. Not one day has gone past where we haven't spoken since that day. And then literally, obviously I'm going on this trip and it was amazing. I went out there, I journaled, I prayed, I was out by the water. I had a really, really amazing time by myself. And I remember just saying to God, like, you know, God, I just want a man of God. And I literally remember saying like what I wanted and speaking to God and just being like, this is what I want in a man. And you know what, that would be a whole other video about the prayer that you need to pray to get yourself an amazing man, okay? Because people have been asking me as well. I just said what I wanted. And then fast forward about 5 days later, I don't know if you probably want to touch on this a bit more, but essentially Ben's dad passed away but while I was on holiday. And I remember he messaged me and was like, I'm really sorry, but like, you know, my dad's passed away, and it was quite sudden, and you know, it wasn't like he was ill or anything. It was very, very sudden. And I just remember feeling like, it's crazy to think about it now, but I felt like a yearning, like I needed to be with you. Like I wanted to come back, like legit. If I had the money to book a flight and be like, okay, I'm coming back, I really genuinely believe that I would have. Like it was so weird, and we'd only been talking for a couple of days, like on that kind of level. As
we're on the point, we'll just touch on it. But of course, the stutterings, because it's a very sensitive topic. That period was mad. It was mad because I'm a very emotional person, and I feel like in that situation, it was not the time to be an emotional person, because being the oldest male in the house, my parents were separated as well. So I'm the man of the house as well, with responsibility. So when this happened, the responsibility, you know, obviously was on me to be a man, to be the man in, you know, to my little brother, to be the father figure to my little brother, to my little sister. And also, although I'm the second and my sister's older, still the role that I had to play in the house, I had to comfort her as well. And obviously, yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, you were truly God sent. You were truly God sent, because that timing, you already know I don't believe in luck and all that rubbish, and I don't believe in coincidence. I don't, you know, it's real. But yeah, your support was crazy. And I remember obviously speaking to you after I'd found out, and I was on the train, and I remember messaging you, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna have to, like, I'll speak to you later kind of thing. And I remember you asking along the lines of like what's happened, and I was like, I'll speak to you later, like, I'll speak to you. And I was like, I remember contemplating, I was like, is it right for me to put this load on you? Because we started getting very close at that time. So it was a case of, do I tell you and then put the load on you, or do I just distance myself from you whilst I deal with what I was dealing with? But I remember telling you, and yeah, you just being there to support and help. And that was the start of something great. The start of something great.
Yeah, I'm really sorry guys if you like some of the last bit of what we were just saying kind of cut out, which is quite annoying because obviously it was a very intimate, like very intimate moment, but the camera automatically stopped recording. But yeah.
I'll just finish off because I'm not sure
where it stopped,
what was missed and where it stopped. But yeah, I was just touching on the point that we'd been together literally 2 weeks. We'd been speaking and getting closer.
Was it 2 weeks?
Or maybe less, or maybe a week.
It was literally a couple of days.
No, it was a couple. To be fair, no, it was literally like 3-4 days.
It was like 4 days.
Yeah, 3-4 days.
But I felt really close to you already.
Of WhatsApp chatting and blah blah
and
blah.
Sending voice notes.
Yeah, voice notes.
Oh my days! Can I just say one thing? Sorry, I just remember, being so excited every time you sent me a voice note. But then because the signal wasn't amazing, the Wi-Fi was bad. So I literally would be like holding my phone up like this. I'll be praying. I'll be like, Jesus, please just give me Wi-Fi. Just one more voice note. Just one more. Because I can sometimes, when it comes through, but you have to like download it. It was it was so annoying. But I just remember getting bare gas when you were sending me a voice note. I was like, I was so dumb. Like, when you tried to put on that, sexy voice. Yes, it was very stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, we're here now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you should have been but yeah, no. So back to some seriousness. I was just literally said to you. I was literally just saying, 3-4 days we've been talking.
Do you offload all of that?
And then I was like, literally, because I was like, it could be a burden to her. She might not know how to handle something like that, and I didn't really know how to handle it myself. So I was like, how can I just put this on someone? But I did offload in the end and let her know what was happening instead of just, it was either that or just distancing myself, and that wouldn't have, the way things were going, that would not have been great at all. But yeah, I'm just saying that you are truly godsend. Truly godsend. I don't do luck, I don't do coincidence, things happen for a reason. So it kept me strong. Because I still don't know until this day how that period passed and I was able to do what I did, see what I saw, and for the most part I kept my composure and in front of people kept my composure so that I could keep them strong and then deal with myself elsewhere. But thank you.
You're welcome, babe. Of course. I felt so awful because I was so far away, and I just felt like literally, again, I don't know if this bit cut out, but I just felt like just a yearning, like a proper yearning, like I should be there, to look after you. It was so weird. Bearing in mind, like I said, we had only been talking in that way, obviously probably because we'd known each other for quite a while. For quite a while, all of that stuff. We'd known each other for years.
Don't blame me.
No, it was like, obviously when we'd speak here and there, I'd be like, okay. But majority of the part anyway, I was dating and stuff. But it was yearning. Right? Why'd you say that? You're so annoying. Anyway. Yeah, I was living my life, man. So I should just wait for you that has a whole girlfriend and that's living their best life. I should now come and just be sitting in one place waiting for you.
Your life began when I I don't know my voice. Your life began when I came into your life.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. I was just waiting. I was like, he's gonna say that. I really did. I literally did. And then literally all of this madness was happening. And then I remember literally within a couple of days of me coming back to London, in fact I was back in Cambridge because obviously I was still studying, and I remember going to church that we agreed we were going to see each other on the Sunday. And I remember even thinking like, are you sure you want us to meet? Because I remember thinking there's still a lot of madness going on, but I feel like you used it as well as a bit of like a getaway, like a bit of an escape as well. Just to have some time to just not have to think about everything that was going on. So somehow we managed to arrange a date, and that was, you know, our first date. And I'm actually gonna let you tell the story of the first date, but the first date, and we basically came back in a relationship from our first date. That's my version of how we met and how we even got together. We even gave you a bit of extra stuff because how we got together and how we officially, you know, we gave him sauce. And then yeah, 2 years and a bit on, we're still here.
We're trotting along. Yeah, so we first met, like Nissy said, I agree with that part. We first met at the government parliamentariat, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I was ACS president for Portsmouth, and Nissy was ACS president for Cambridge. I like to dress well. And I was like, you know, I want to meet fellow ACS presidents. I love meeting people. So I've got to make the best first impression.
Yeah.
So I put on my favourite suit. I remember I got probably top 5 best haircuts I've ever had. And if you know me, if you follow me on my Instagram, everyone has their what do you call it, their favourite thing they like to do. Shopping for clothes. Ladies, it might be, you know, getting your makeup done. Listen, for me, it's my haircut. I get my haircut every week. My bar. I'm plugging you right now, sir.
Yeah, tell him because he's sick.
Method Malone. Yeah.
Method, because it was Smokey Malone before.
Yeah, Smoked Malone. But yeah, he's no longer part of Smokey Barbers. But anyway, shout out to all the Smokey Barbers team.
Yeah, they're sick. Some of the best barbers.
But yeah, my main barber is Method Malone, and fire. But the guy who trimmed me on that day was the Smokey Barbers, so the guy who actually started the shop. Yeah, my trim was loud. I'm sorry, my trim was loud. So I turned up, I was feeling good. My favorite suit was on. I'm trying to think, did I put a white shirt, my favorite tie on as well, Paul Smith tie. I was like, dang, they gonna understand who I am today, this man. And yeah, we turned up, it was nice, you know, it was nice, we walked in, etc. And I remember, whenever I speak, I'm a very confident person, but before I speak, I'm like, my heart will race, or you know, I might be like nervous, but as soon as I get into it, into my speech, I'm cool. So I remember something came up that I was like, what? No, I put my hand up straight away. Answered, it was real passionate. You know, I spoke about Congo, and you know, we love Congo.
Yeah, man.
I love Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm half Congolese, half Angolan, but yeah, Congo. Yeah, nazomona Congo. Congo zanga na makila.
Makila moto fam.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember I delivered my point, and I remember when I said I'm Congolese, and I just remember someone moving. Obviously, I saw someone in my peripheral vision moving, and obviously that person turned out to be Nissy.
Wow.
And yeah, I sat down, and I was quite chuffed with myself. I was like, what up, mate? But yeah, so I remember, so we now come out of the main building where we had like the formal talk, and it's like now the networking section or whatnot. And then I remember, so I'm standing, and obviously I had a quick little left and right of the room to see who was there. So I remember, I don't know why I knew you were Congolese from when, so by the time we'd come out of the formal bit, I knew you were Congolese. I don't know why.
I think I spoke as well, you know.
Yeah.
I think I said something as well, and I mentioned, and I think I actually mentioned, like, I was like, I'm so glad that you spoke about Congo, because not a lot of people talk about it.
Yes.
I remember.
Okay, so
when I was even trying to do a little flirt in the distance.
So when Nissy was coming out, I already knew that she was Congolese, and obviously, of course, listen, one up and all, you know, we love each other. So
Yeah.
we just all connected as we came out. Yeah, well, obviously we started speaking, and I found like, I feel like I carry myself quite well, and I'm quite mature. So I've realized that I can often find myself in situations where I may be speaking to someone just because, you know, it makes sense. Like I might be speaking to you, maybe giving you advice, or no, I guess okay, I'd word it in a sense, in a way that a lot of people came to me for advice. So I would speak to a lot of girls, and I found that I had to be careful how I spoke to them, or I also had to be careful with how I spoke to them, essentially, and not give them the wrong impression of, oh, this guy likes me or whatever, or do you know what I mean, just to put a boundary there. So what works well for me is whenever I was speaking to a girl, and I thought, okay, listen, Ben, set the boundary now.
Is that what you thought?
No, but
you did it in general.
Girls in general,
which is
all
good.
girls in general.
Which I appreciate now, because I love that, because you better go into every single room and be like, yeah, my girlfriend.
Yeah, because
who's your girlfriend? Nissy. Oh, Nissy. Yes, that's my girlfriend. So I am not on offer. Okay, thank you.
But yeah, I've been like that from primary school, because in primary school I had more friends that were girls than boys. Yeah, because I was just yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, obviously the man were there, but you know, yeah, I love me some girls. Yeah, so I found out the best way to deal with girls when you're in a relationship and you're a friendly person, you're a friendly guy, you're a guy that makes sense, because girls who've dealt with rubbish guys can sense a good guy.
100%.
So the way to deal with that is just drop it in there. You don't have to say, oh, I'm in a relationship. I wasn't asking you that. So you gotta be smart about it. I said, oh yeah, my girlfriend's Congolese as well.
Yeah.
Game, set, match. Tennis.
I don't know this.
Damn.
I don't know this.
But game, set, match. So yeah, put it in there. So obviously Nissy knew how we were rolling or whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I can't remember our conversation after that, but yeah, we were scattered or whatever. So yeah, I went back to my life. Went back to Portsmouth. My relationship continued with my ex for another, I can't remember how long after that, but in total it was like 4 years. It was 4 years in total. And yeah, it broke down. But it broke down, and I would say I wasn't in a good place when it broke down. I was literally speaking about this yesterday. It wasn't in a good place. It hurt me a lot. I was really upset. It was in my 3rd year, so I was doing my exams. Yeah.
Oh, that's stress.
Yeah, so I'll touch on a few things that I used to do because I was upset. So